Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
They're taking the necessary steps to, and I believe it too because this is the Olympics. I mean, this is the biggest event in the entire world, and I think that they are doing everything possible to make sure that we're safe.
Mariel, you're a superstar in your sport these days. How do you feel about you being a hero for so many guys, girls, and boys that want to become fencing champions like you?
Well, it's really flattering to always hear that because, I try to be a good role model, and I remember my parents bringing me up to be a nice person and just a very modest and just genuine and stuff, and I think that's really important. And luckily that has come through with all of my success in fencing and has encouraged other people to want to try fencing. And it's so amazing to meet these young fencers, especially the young female saber fencers that say, I started because I saw you fencing in the Olympics on TV. I didn't have that when I was their age, and so to be kind of that role model for them is really fantastic, and I'm so excited to see where the fencing in the U.S. is going to go in the next generation or two or three.
What do you like to tell people about the sport of fencing? Fencing? What do you like to tell them about fencing?
Well, it's very exciting. If you're watching it for the first time, you might not understand why people are screaming and why there's so much excitement going on. But it's a very, very physical sport. It's considered a combat sport. And I think one of the main things, if you don't know just by watching, that it's very, very mental. So there's a lot of things that fencers are doing in their head in the few seconds that they have in between points to set up the rest of the match, and I don't think people understand how important that mental side of fencing is. Yeah, well, there you go. Good. I'm glad you learned something. Great.
You're with the American Forces thing.
Yes, hi.
The troops are being watching from overseas.
Yeah, I did something with you guys, this morning. That's awesome.
It's a unique sport.
Yes.
But there are a few military involved in it.
Uh-huh.
So how does it feel to, kind of be a role model for them?
Oh, I'm a role model for them? Really? No. There's no way. Well, I've never heard that before, but that's really flattering. I think that it's incredible how they're serving their country. This is the way in which I serve my country. I represent my country in international competitions, in the Olympic Games, but I wouldn't be able to do that without the armed forces and all the men and women who are serving. I mean, they're the ones that are doing it so I can do what I love and represent the country to the best of my ability. So I thank them for their service.
Quick sport question. Is it an advantage being a left-hand?
It used to kind of be more of an advantage. I think there used to be a lot fewer left-handed fencers out there, left-handed saber fencers. So in the beginning, I feel like it gave me a big advantage, and people would complain oh God, that point was so annoying just because you're left-handed. And but now it's a little bit less because I've been on the scene for so long and people are a little bit more used to it. But I don't like fencing other left-handers. I think it's annoying. So I can only imagine how a right-handed fencer feels.
Yeah, I took a class in college.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I never took a lefty. I'm like, oh.
Right? Yeah. So you know how it is. I mean, it's just there's not very many of us, so it kind of throws you off a little bit. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Talk a little bit about how you got involved in fencing.
Yeah. When we were, I have two brothers. I'm the middle girl of two brothers, and when we were kids, my older brother was really into sword fighting. He just loved what he saw on TV and in the movies, and he said, "Mom, I want to sword fight." So luckily there was a local club, and she signed him up for classes. So being the younger sibling, I was always there just watching him, and I was like, well, I don't want to watch anymore. This looks like a lot of fun, so I want to try it too. And by the age of 10, I was taking my first fencing lessons and immediately fell in love with it.
And how far after that did you realize that you wanted to pursue this?
Well, I always knew since I was even younger that I wanted to be an Olympian because my parents were Olympians. They were rowers on the 1976 team. So even before, even before I found fencing, I knew I wanted to be an Olympian somehow, some way, an Olympian. And then on top of that, my competitive spirit told me that I wanted to be Olympic champion. I'm not just going to do something; I want to be the best at something. And so once I found fencing, it really clicked that this is the sport that I want to take it all the way. And it made all the difference that my parents were 100% on board with that and able to support me in my dream.
Do you have any superstitions or rituals before you compete?
I think everyone kind of has like a way in which they prepare. I wouldn't call it superstitious necessarily, but I have been competing for a very, very long time, so there are motions that you go through, but you just never know when those are going to get thrown off because our fencing competitions can get a little out of hand sometimes, so you never know when your ritual or whatever it is going to be thrown off, so I'm not super dependent on it.
Have you been to Rio before?
I've never been to Rio or Brazil, no.
What are you looking forward to most about the experience?
Bringing home a gold medal.
Where do you train at?
I'm based out of Portland, Oregon.
Have you always trained there?
Yes, I was born and raised in Beaverton, and when we first started fencing there at that club, I'm still with the same coach that I've been with for over 20 years.
Has the sport gotten a lot bigger in the last few years?
Yes, the sport has grown exponentially, and I have witnessed the growth in the United States, and it's been really, really awesome to see because I love the sport, and I want everybody to love the sport, and I want everybody to be involved and pay attention to it. So the more people that we can get falling in love with fencing every year, the better.
Well, hey, do you think the recent explosions, Star Wars movies,
I
and
hope
them
so.
doing all the
I know.
lightsabers,
Well,
get
I mean,
kids
this-
into fencing?
I would hope so. The Star Wars movies, the original, they're much older, and so you would think that saber fencing, that would have translated somewhere. Maybe it has. I mean, I'm sure that was one of the movies that my older brother watched when he wanted to fence or sword fight, lightsaber fight, whatever. But I really hope so. I hope along with the amazing success that our entire U.S. team has been having, and maybe Star Wars could have something to do with it too, but